Hello and welcome. Great to see you all again. If you have seen my videos before, if you are new to me, then welcome to my channel. Please feel free to like and subscribe and check out the other content. Hopefully there's something in there that is good for you. So today I really wanted to talk about how our mindset affects our comfort zones and how it also impacts our ability to work towards our goals. So for many of you, you will at some point in your life had someone say to you, you just need to get out of your comfort zone and try it. And for different people, that means different things. And sometimes the association that the comfort zone is something that is actually comfortable. And it doesn't necessarily mean that your comfort zone is something that's comfortable. It's just the title that we put on it. So for me, a comfort zone is actually just what is known to you. So your comfort zone is something that you know what to expect from it. So this could be in your job, for example. So in your job, you know what to expect when you turn up each day. You know who you're going to be working with. You know what time you're starting, what time you're ending. You know how to do your job, and whatever comes up and throws at you during that working day, you either know that you can deal with or know who to speak to if you can't deal with it. And so that is effectively your comfort zone because it is your known environment. It doesn't mean that that is actually a comfortable environment. The reason why your goals might be to change career, to change job, to change company could be because actually that environment is actually very uncomfortable to you, but it is still known as that comfort zone because it is something that you know what to expect. Your mind isn't putting up barriers because it knows what it's doing. We inherently are comfortable with knowing what to expect from a situation, and our mindset tends to automatically think that if it's a situation that we know it might not be a happy situation, but because we know it, we are happier staying within that area, staying within that environment. Whereas if you look at a new environment, like a new job or a new career, then because it is unknown, we automatically assign negative thoughts to that. We think of the what ifs. What if I don't get on with my colleagues? What if I have put myself forward because looking at the job description, there's no reason why I can't do it, and then actually I can't do it? We automatically start to put those barriers, and that's because our mind doesn't want to be outside of a comfortable area. It wants to be challenged. Of course, we all want to be challenged. We don't want to get bored in our environment, but we do kind of have that worry of the what if something goes wrong. What if it is all negative and I've left this pretty depressing job, but I know what I'm doing, to try for this something new, there's something better, there's something exciting, and find out that it really wasn't the best move. So we tend to put those barriers up and we tend to sort of hold ourselves back because it's outside of our comfort zone. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is it's a pretty random reason, to be honest. I was on the school run this morning and I was thinking about leggings, actually. You're going to have to bear with me because it will make sense when I explain it. The reason being is that I was thinking about how many people think that leggings, sportswear, loungewear are something that you would only wear like to the gym. And then all of a sudden something changes and then that becomes part of their everyday. And it seems a little bit weird, but I was thinking about it because actually I am wearing leggings today, and previously I never would have actually associated wearing anything like that as part of my everyday. And it's not every day, but you know what I mean. And I was thinking about how we are sometimes forced to change our perception on what is comfortable. And for me, I was always someone that was always very well dressed, jeans, dresses, skirts, fitted trousers. I would never wear anything like loungewear or gym clothes or anything like that, anything outside of like actually in the gym or in yoga class or anything like that. So, but then I fell pregnant with my first child. And anyone who has been pregnant will be able to attest to this and the fact that maternity wear is really uncomfortable. is really uncomfortable. It's really difficult to actually be comfortable. And anyone that I've ever spoken to who has had a child has said that the only thing that was comfortable was maternity leggings. And for some reason, they are like God's gift to earth. They are amazing. The most comfortable I've ever felt in my life was wearing my maternity leggings. And so I had to shift my mindset from what was comfortable to me, which was like my jeans, my nice tops, my skirts, my dresses, into something that was actually necessary for where I was at the time. So being pregnant, obviously your body changes all the time, and the only thing that ever made me feel comfortable was those leggings. So I had to shift my mindset into thinking, well, actually it's not something that I really wanted to get into, but I kind of had to, because I physically just couldn't carry on, because maternity jeans are just awful. And after I had my daughter, I then found that I was missing that comfort, because I was going, I slimmed down, I got back into my jeans, got back into my normal clothes. And actually what I missed was the comfort of those leggings. And then I became a legging wearer. So I'm not all the time, but you get the idea. So I then changed my perspective on what my comfort zone was, to less of what other people thought about what I was doing, to more to what actually aligned to actually how I felt and what felt more comfortable to me. And that really sort of applies to any form of changing your comfort zone, because actually that unknown, you automatically assume that by wearing the leggings that you are not putting any effort into your appearance, and that you just don't care about anything, that you're just going to shove them on like all mums do. And actually it is different, and it helps me do soft plays, for example. Have you ever tried to go around a soft play with a toddler in jeans? It's pretty much impossible, because you physically just can't get in and out of those small spaces. But in leggings it's a hell of a lot easier. And you sort of end up changing that perspective on really sort of what actually is working for you at the time, and on what is working for you at that moment. And it does shift again as well, but it's having that openness to think that actually just because it is unknown, just because you have a perception as to what that actually means, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is going to mean to you. And having that sort of thought that actually just because I'm doing something that's out of my normal, wearing something that's out of my normal, pushing myself forward into an avenue that's out of my normal, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. And it also doesn't necessarily mean that you're stuck with that decision for the rest of your life either, because as things change and you grow and you develop and you move closer towards your goals and your perspective changes, then what becomes your unknown actually becomes a lot more realistic. And in terms of like career, in terms of like your goals and your health and fitness goals, anything that it is that you're wanting to achieve, then when you have that sort of that thought of, well, I could just try it because I could go back if I needed to, if I went for that job in that other career, if it doesn't work out, I've still got X amount of years experience doing what I was doing. So I can always go back if I need to. I can always go back into that comfort zone. You don't have to stay outside of your comfort zone all the time, because that puts our bodies and our minds in a huge amount of stress. But you might find that actually that step wasn't great, but you don't want to go back either. But then you find a new avenue that you can go down that actually works so much better. And it's kind of what I've done with my career. I've been in customer service for like too many years. And I've always thought, I'll have to do customer service because that's what I'm good at. I won't do sales because I'm no good at sales. Well, I'm no good at cold calls and that type of sales. But as a business owner, I had to think about how I needed to be good at sales. Sales is out of my comfort zone normally. Putting myself online like this is out of my comfort zone. It's not something that I find easy, but it is something that they are messages that I want to share, and it does work within my goals to be able to do it. So here I am showing up, doing these videos. Here I am with my business, making those efforts to generate more sales, to generate more clients, to generate more income, because that's important to achieve those goals, to achieve that flexibility that I need, which is being able to work around my young family and having that financial stability to be able to support them, then this is what I have to do. And it is uncomfortable. But having that perception that just because it is uncomfortable doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, because actually your actual comfort zone could also be bad, actually makes it a lot easier for you then to shift into that more positive mindset. Your what if stops being what if something goes wrong and starts being what if something goes right. And what if actually that's going to help me get towards that goal? And if it doesn't work, then having that confidence to look at your experience, look at your history, look at everything that you have been through, that you have survived through, and you can actually take all that experience and go, okay, well, if it doesn't work, what's my plan B? Because we always have to have a plan B. I have a plan B, C, D, sometimes E, because I like to make sure that I'm prepared, but I'm not going to allow that to stop me from trying something new, trying something that I never thought that I would ever do, trying on those leggings that I never thought I'd wear, putting myself out here on YouTube and making these videos that I never thought I would have the confidence to do. You know, all of those things are possible for you. You just have to sort of shift that mindset from thinking just because it's unknown that it's bad, and it does take effort and it does take time, and it isn't something that you can suddenly just switch on or switch off. It's something you have to do like little bits on, do like little practice runs, dip your toe in the area and sort of gradually sort of feel what the water's like before you jump in. If you can jump in, brilliant, because not everyone can. So if you actually have that ability to go, I'm just going to close my eyes and just dive in and see what happens, then good for you, because most of us can't do that. But even if you can't and it takes a little bit longer, then that's absolutely fine. Just think about, is your comfort zone actually comfortable? And if it isn't comfortable and your goals align with something different, then start looking into it. You can get knowledge and information and you can really research it to answer some of those what ifs, but there will become a time that until you actually physically don't have a choice, you've got to just step into it. Then try and go in with that mental, with being that open, having that open mindset. That's what I'm trying to say, that open mindset of what if it works. And if it doesn't, that's fine, because I've got all this experience and it is a learning experience. And if it doesn't work, then I can take that forward and try something else and try something new. So that's really sort of the message for today. Try on those leggings, jump out of that comfort zone, and just think, you know, is what I'm doing at the moment really aligned with my goals? And if it isn't, then that's when we need to step out of that comfort zone. So that's the message for today. Hope it helps everyone, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye now.